AI, artificial intelligence, is changing the world for us content entrepreneurs, those of us who are creators doing audio and video. And there's some pros and there's some cons to it. You need to know both. The pros can help you, and the cons, you need to know about those so you can avoid them and watch out and get an advantage over the competition. That's what we're going to show you in this episode. We're going to talk about how you can use those tools and be able to get what you need. Hi, I'm Terry Brock, your guide here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, where we talk about how you can really build your business using AI and how you can get out there and serve your customers in that live and let live way. Very peaceful and doing what you need and getting a lot. But what we're going to do is I'm going to give you 3 articles, not just 1 or 2, but 3 articles that talk about this. I want to cite some similarities and some differences that are there and what you need to know to give you a real competitive advantage. First of all, right here, as we look at this, what's going on, there was an article here, How to Use and Not to Use AI from Harvard Business School. This was written by Brianna Brownell, and I think she did a fabulous job on this article. Brianna, if you ever catch this, just know you got a big fan here in what you did on that. And I think it was really good. She talked about several offers there. They put this to test to find out what was going on. They found, first of all, some very positive results, starting with number 1 here, that consultants using AI tools to produce higher quality results. That's really nice. They produced that because they were able to get a lot more. It says they graded the quality of the assignments from each participant, each task, and the assignments for the consultants using the AI tools were consistently, that's an important word, consistently rated better. Quality was about 40% higher than those who didn't use them. You know, that's important. When you can get that much of a difference, 40% by using the tools, you want to do it. So there's some that say, oh, I don't want to use it. I'm scared of it. I don't like it. Okay, I hope those people are my competitors because they're going to be at a real disadvantage. Oh, but there's another benefit as well. Look at this. Number 2, the consultants using AI tools were faster and more productive. Hey, that's kind of nice when you look at it and you think about being both faster and more productive. Getting a lot more done is good. Below average performers got the biggest boost from using AI tools. Now, I think this is outstanding. Said the study measured the consultants' base performance by having them complete a task without AI. Based on these scores, they divide the consultants into low and high performing groups. Now get this. The quality level of the low performers increased more than those in the high performing groups, 43% to 17%. Hey, that is significant. So the real beneficiaries are those who were low performing before, and now they've moved up to a higher level. Hey, I can relate to that. I like that, being able to give us that might not be doing as well, really some advantages with that. So there's a lot of good that can come from that. But also, you got to be careful. There's some downsides to this, and a couple of them that are very dangerous. Look at this. Number 1, those who used AI tools were more likely to trust the incorrect output. That is dangerous. Get this, those not using AI got the answer right about 85% of the time. Those using AI tools, on the other hand, were frequently incorrect, getting the correct conclusion 60 to 75% of the time. That means there's a problem with that. But then even worse, notice number 2 here. Those with AI tools were wrong, but dangerously convincing. Listen to this. Even though the actual recommendations were incorrect, the quality of the output was rated higher among those who use the AI tools. It must be AI. If it's AI, it must be good. Whoops. This meant that the recommendations were confidently incorrect and potentially persuasive, even though based on incorrect assumptions. That's a pretty dangerous finding. I think so. Remember, we used to say jokingly, someone would say, "Where'd you get that?" I go, "Well, I got it on the internet. It must be right." Well, that's not good. We would chuckle and laugh, realizing the internet can be wrong because it's what human beings feed it. Well, guess where AI is getting its information? The internet. Surprise. So could it be wrong? Yeah, here's what you got to do. As I've said many times before here at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, good rule of thumb is what we did in journalism. You needed to get 3 non-corroborating sources to say the same thing before you start relying on it. Well, I think you need maybe even more than that, but you want to test. Now, those 3 could all be wrong. That is possible, but it builds your level of assumptions and it builds your level of trust, knowing, hey, there's probably a right answer in here when we get even more people there. Here's another one that I think is really interesting. The fourth finding they found, and the takeaways, the results were more cookie cutter among those using the AI tools. And that's where you want to be there, you making it yourself. I've often said what you need to do is you need to you-ize the content that you get. What do I mean by that? Make it you. Put you into it. If your name's Bob, I'd recommend you Bob-ize it. If your name is Mary, I'd recommend you Mary-ize it. Okay? For me, I'm Terry, so I like to Terry-ize it. Yeah, Terry-ize it. Well, those of you that are Terry, you can use that if you want. But there's a lot of good that's out there, and there's a lot that's not good. So you want to make sure that you have your research done properly. There's a second article I want to share with you, really important, and this one is from Medium, 5 Pros and Cons to Using AI in Marketing, from an author named Mark Scholl. Mark, if you're watching this, we appreciate you doing that, putting it together. There's pros and cons there, and I think you want to listen to what he had to say here. Very important. We scroll down here, the pros of using it. First of all, personalization. I think that's really important. The personalization gives you the ability to customize it to people. Hey, that's what we like. As human beings, we want a marketer to listen to us. We love what Amazon does with their AI and the personalization. They line up the selections I've made in the past. Hey, Terry, if you like this, you might like that. I think that's nice. I like the fact that they're catering it to me. Or if they say, if you like this, many people who also like this, like that over there. Oh, hey, I'm kind of like them too. I would like to have that. That would be good. Well, that's a very good thing. And I think also we've got a lot of capabilities with this. Watching AI, we see more than ever efficiency. There's a lot of efficiency to it that lets you do the kinds of things you need. And then real-time insights also, so you can see something right away. And then with predictive analysis, I think this is really important. See, AI can predict customer behavior based on historical data, demographics, and other factors. This enables marketers to anticipate customer needs and preferences and create targeted campaigns that resonate with their target audience. I like to highlight that. That is most important, that it will resonate with your target audience. Rather than saying, here's our new widget, we think it's wonderful, you ought to buy it. We need to find out what the market is asking for, what they've looked for in the past, and say, others that selected this kind of like this as well. What do you think about this? And you've got a better chance that they're going to really like it and use it. But there are some real big concerns that Mark Scholl brings up in his article, I think are very important. Privacy concerns. Privacy, you want to make sure that what you say is properly used in the right way. Too many people say, oh, we're going to give all this data of ours, we put it on the net, and the competitors can see it as well. Also, excuse me, as you're working with this, you want to make sure that you're not putting in something very personal. I just got a question yesterday from someone who was in our webinars and our course, matter of fact, in our event that we just recently had on AI and using that to build your business and to build it out. We were showing the new wonderful tools that are on ChatGPT on your mobile device, so that you, on your smartphone, you can talk into it and it will talk back to you in a real sounding human voice in a conversational way. Really, really handy. Got to be careful though. You might share something that is very private, something very intimate, or company secrets. When you share that, there's a chance that it is recorded somewhere. Matter of fact, we know it is because they give you a printout in text of the words that the bot said, as well as what you say. That's great for studying and learning data that you need, but be careful on that. Make sure that you watch out and avoid saying something that you shouldn't say on there. And here's a real big one for us content entrepreneurs: lack of creativity. The lack of creativity can really stifle you. It automates many tasks, but it cannot replace human creativity and intuition. Boy, I'm going to underline that one and red flag it. Very important. One of the worst things that can happen when you do what others are saying, just to copy material and paste it in there, you're hurting your own creativity. You as a content creator need to be creative. Come up with that extra you-ness of it. So it's got you all over it with your personality, your humor, your insights, your wisdom, whatever it is about you that stands out that's favorable. You want to use that and make sure that people can see it, people can feel you, and they really like it. You've got to have that. All of those things are going to be very important. And here's a third article that's got some other insights I want to share with you as well. This is about pros and cons of using AI for marketing purposes. Artificial intelligence from digital marketing gave us this in May of 2023. And we see there's a lot of pros they put in here that I think are good. Well, here, the first one they talk about, personalization. Well, we've heard that before, and I like that. And by the way, that's a good reason why you want to have several different sources. I recommend that you look at what you want to hear about in the study that you're doing, both with AI and with other areas, from several different points of view. For instance, those of you that know me know that I'm very strongly against communism, socialism. I don't like that. I don't like the idea of stealing from others. I think that's wrong and immoral. I'm very strong free market oriented, believe that people should live peacefully, live and let live. But I like to read what others are doing, and I encourage you to do this. Read those who are 180 degrees out from you to understand what they're saying, understand their arguments. And so what you want to do is with this, you want to make sure that you have your own custom experience there. Use what's going to be right for you. Personalize it and make sure that you're able to work with that in a very positive way. So what you want to do is you want to be able to see when there's corroboration, when you're seeing the same thing coming up from different sources. Hey, that's a good thing, like we're seeing here. We can see, all right, some of these predictive analytics, we're hearing that again. Improved customer experience, I like that. Real-time decision making and availability. Now this is really nice. Kind of almost obvious, but we need to mention it. It's got it 24/7 to do the tasks whenever you need it. And also it's simplifying tasks. I think that is a critical task and critical area of it, so that now we can simplify things, make it easier so that you as a human being can be more creative. You can get more done. You can serve customers even more. And the cons that they talk about, well, these are important too. Data privacy and security. We've talked about that. Be very careful what you're putting in there. And be aware of the bias. Now, here's one that is very important. I didn't see in those others, and that's why we like to read from different sources. The bias is going to come from the people that do the training, that do the input. Because let's say you got a person who is in political party A, another one's in political party B. Completely opposite on many issues. They're going to be fighting each other. Well, if A is putting information in there, A is likely to have a certain bias toward their worldview. B, the same way. What I recommend, you want to read A and B, and probably a C and a D, so that you're seeing many different types. I like to read magazines from different points of view, websites, some that are far left, some that are far right, some that are all over, and many that are outside the United States. So you're not getting just one particular point of view. Hey, my American friends, the world does not begin and end at the Atlantic and Pacific. Okay? Whole different world out there. You want to get a broad range of ideas out there. And I think you want to look at this and see what you can do. But here, I'm going to finish up on one that I think is a really important point. And this final point is really important because it touches on something that we as content creators really need to know about. It wasn't mentioned in the other two, but it's here. It is here, and it is extremely important. Extraordinarily important. There we go. I'll say it right. Makes humans lazy. Boy, that is a danger, a real con of using AI. What do we mean by that? See, it's one thing to say, okay, we're going to copy and paste the material. Yeah, you could be stealing from others. You could put something in there that's incorrect. All of that is true. But even worse, it makes you lazy. If you're not exercising that creative muscle, not exercising that, I'm going to push through this and come up with really good content that hits all of us as content creators, you're losing out if you're not pushing through that. What you want to do is keep this on edge. Here's what you really want to do with AI. Use it as a way to smash through writer's block. Use it as a way to break through the barriers that have been holding you back. And you're wondering, what can I write about today? There's a lot of sources you can go out there and find what's available. And I encourage you to stay with that, work with it, and smash out that laziness. So overall, there's a lot of power in these tools for you, for marketers. But it's important to make sure that you weigh out the pros and the cons. Make sure that you're looking at those that are available. The cons that are a little bit uncomfortable, embrace them. Know what's going on and be able to face it. This is the real key that's going to help you to get ahead. You want to stay in touch with that, and ways that we can help you out on that with the live and let live philosophy. Think about it. This really makes sense. You do what you want to do. Don't harm others. Don't take their stuff. Do not initiate force or coercion. Someone else does it. Hey, that's wrong. We're strongly in favor of the non-aggression principle. We call it the NAP here. The idea of you not aggressing against someone. Defending yourself, yes, absolutely, but not initiating that. And that's what we talk about at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. You can bounce over to starkravingentrepreneurs.com. For those of you that are catching this on audio only, that's as one word, starkravingentrepreneurs.com, and you'll find out about all the goodies that we have there for you. And if you like this, please like it. We would love you to do that. That will help us a lot. It would mean the world to us. If you'd like it, share this and then subscribe to this so that way we can let the algorithms know that many people like the idea of live and let live. We want to make sure that people know about that in a big way. And I've got something for you. A treat here, since you've been with me here through this video, through this audio, through this content that we've got. AItoolsforbiz.com is where we've packed a lot of goodies in there with tools like DALL-E 2 or now DALL-E 3, Canva, ChatGPT, yes. We talk about Perplexity. We talk about Lexica.art, AI, Stable Diffusion, lots of things there, including, very important, Yoodli, Y-O-O-D-L-I. Yoodli is a speech training coach helping you improve your public speaking. Gina and I are both on the board of advisors there, and we love that tool for what it can do to show you how to improve your speaking. So AI has a lot of good. And by the way, if you've got your smartphone there and you're watching this on video, you can get a snapshot there of the QR code or go over to AItoolsforbiz.com. That'll help you as well. So we've got a lot of good for you, a lot of good in this. There's pros and cons of AI. You want to make sure you embrace them. And to do that even better, got another video for you right over here. This one is coming. If you're catching this on video, you can catch that and it'll give you the tools that you need to get ahead. I'm Terry Brock. Thank you very much for joining me today.